Net correction, gain minus loss is equal to 45.8 microsecond per day minus 7.2 microsecond per day. So then the net gain is 38.6 microsecond per day. Clock runs faster. Without this correction, position error would be 10 to 11 kilometers per day. So net math, because the two types of relativity pull the satellite's clock in opposite directions, engineers look at the net difference. So the gain by general relativity, that is 45.8 plus microsecond per day, because the satellite is high up where gravity is weaker. Now, the loss here, special relativity, is negative 7.2. It is microsecond per day because the satellite is moving incredibly fast. Because if the gravity is weak, there is an increase of 45.8 microsecond per day. So the net combined result is 45.8 minus 7.2 equal to 38.6 microsecond per day. So this means an uncorrected atomic clock in space runs ahead of clock on Earth by 38.6 microseconds every single day. So why it causes a massive position error? This image states that without correcting this, your GPS positioning would drift by 10 to 11 kilometers or 6 to 7 miles per day. So here's the everyday physics behind why a tiny fraction of a second causes such a massive error. So the GPS uses light speed signals. So your phone determines your location by timing how long a radio signal takes to travel from a satellite to your device. So these signals travels at the speed of light, approximately 300,000 kilometers per second. So the math here, so if a clock is off by 38.6 microseconds, we multiply that error by the speed of light to find the distance. So the distance is around 11.58 kilometers. So how engineers fix it? So to solve this, engineers do not wait to fix the data on Earth. So instead, they mathematically detune the atomic clocks before launch. So on the ground, standard GPS atomic clock is set to tick at exactly 10.23 megahertz. However, knowing it will speed up in orbit, engineers program it to tick slightly slower at 10.229999 and 540 megahertz before putting it on the rocket. Once it reaches space, relativity speeds it up to perfect 10.23 megahertz, perfectly matching the uh, clock on Earth. The satellite clocks versus Earth. So on Earth, reference we have the reference clock. On GPS, we have the satellite. So we have uh, the satellite time here is equal to the Earth time plus 38.6 microsecond per day. So this after applying my relativistic correction. You have the Derek formula. The graphic establishes a Derek relationship between the two clocks over the course of the day. So we have the time elapsed on Earth used as the base reference clock here. Then we have the time elapsed on the uncorrected GPS satellite clock. So the equation here is the satellite clock time. The satellite time is approximately equal to the Earth time plus 38.6 microsecond per day. So this means that for every single day that passes on Earth, an adjusted clock in space takes farther ahead by 38.6 microseconds. So note on the subtitle text. The image features a minor conceptual error in its bottom caption after applying relativistic corrections. The equation T sub s approximately equal to the this is the Earth time plus 38.6 microsecond per day. Actually describes the time difference before any correction is applied. So it represents the natural raw physical discrepancy caused by Einstein theories of relativity. So the facts here, so after engineers applied the relativistic correction by physically building the satellite clock to its to tick slower at 10.2 to 9999 540 megahertz. The formula changes to a perfect match here. So why this matters? GPS tracking relies entirely on hyper-precise timing. Because the satellite clock naturally is ahead by this 38.6 microsecond every day, engineers use this exact visual relationship to calibrate the satellite hardware. So navigate system worldwide stay accurate down to the meter. So if effect of ignoring relativity, so clock error after 1 day without the correction, 38.6 microsecond. So we have the range error here, c times delta t. So this speed of light times the time correction here. So this is approximately 11.6 kilometers. So large error make accurate navigation impossible. So the graphic uses the fundamental physics formula for distance equal to the speed times the time to find the range error. So the delta time here, the clock error, this is 38.6 times 10 to the negative 6 seconds. So this is the net time the satellite clock gains over 24 hours because of gravity and speed. So the speed of light here is 3 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. GPS satellite communicate with your phone using radio waves, which travels at the speed of light. So the calculation here is the speed of light times the time error here is equal to 11,580 meters. So that is approximately 11.6 kilometers. So the final result here, 11.6 kilometers. Because light travels incredibly fast, even a microscopic time error of 38.6 microseconds snowballs into a positioning error of 11.6 kilometers, about 7.2 miles per second. So why this matters? Uh, why this makes navigation impossible? So compounding errors, this is 11.6 kilometers depth happens every single day. So by day two, the GPS would be off by over 23 kilometers. So real world impact, if you were trying to navigate to specifically a state address, your map application would display your location an entire city away. So this calculation is the ultimate proof of why abstract theoretical physics is required to keep everyday modern technology functioning. So we have the real world application here. There are navigations, aviations, maritime, precision agriculture, and smartphone and timing. So relativity is not just a theory; it is essential for GPS. By correcting for the time dilation, a GPS provides meter level accuracy anywhere on Earth. So we have the satellite clock correction time here. Then we have the signal travel time. The saber measures. Now this is your positions. Okay, we have the mathematical simulator. For example, here this is the satellite speed here. So we can increase the satellite speed here. So increasing the satellite speed, we have the simulator here. Spatial relativity, general relativity for this color, and we have the net correction here. Then if we increase the altitude here, the time here decreases. Increases. The time here increases. So we have the satellite speed here is 161/50. So we increase the satellite speed here. So what happens to the orbital altitude? The orbital altitude is 25,200. The Lorentz factor is 1. So we have this, by using special relativity, uh, the speed loses by 9.26 microsecond per day. But the gain is 57.26. So the net clock correction is 48.00. So if we increase or whatever we give to the altitude, we give value to the altitude here. So there is a net clock correction here. So the net clock correction is 61.26 microsecond per day. So navigation error without correction here is 18.36 kilometer per day.